have one thing to do this morning, but I gotta let her do her one thing she has to do this morning. But then it's off to do my thing. No, we're not doing the same things. I don't think. Well, I am getting ready to head out and test with that thing, but while I'm out testing the adapter today, I also need to replace some light bulbs. So I am going to drive a little bit north. I gotta try to do that one and this one. I think this one's gonna be hard to find. We shall see. But while I'm out testing or getting the light bulbs, I don't know where I'm gonna test that because the nearest CCS and CHAdeMO working chargers right now are about 40 miles away. Everything is broke within 40 miles. Electrify America, EV Go, charge, well no, the charge point's working, but it's 70 cents a kilowatt hour. It's a little bit crazy. And obviously the EV Connects that are down the street. One of them's been broke since Christmas, and the second one right beside it just broke again last week, and it usually takes about 2 months or so for them to get a repair guy out there. So I'm gonna have to head a little bit south to do some testing. But first, let's go get some lights. Replace some light bulbs. The wild, the wonderful camping world. Nomads, Toys R Us, basically. How do you find light bulbs? There's oh what? Are these them? I think that's one of them. Right off the bat without even asking somebody. Because my eyes are not as good as they once were, 1139 is what an employee read off of my light bulb before we dropped it on the ground. And then it had some other numbers. And that is 1139, but so I'm gonna get it, but it's probably the wrong one. It's just so hard. There's so many different types of light bulbs, and I'd really like to get some of these, but none of them say 1139 on them, so I probably can't get them. Next purchase, new toilet though. $201, $252, $192. That's more my price range, but the more expensive ones do look a little bit better. Like a $300 porcelain is nice. A little bit afraid to do that job, but it's got to get done. We're gonna need a new toilet soon. But would you look at the size of this store? All the fun stuff you can get for your motorhome. Uh-oh, more toilets. 400. Ooh, I like that one. I'm gonna have to probably check out Amazon first though. Oh, that is pretty. Yeah, not only can you get supplies for your RV, you can actually get an RV. Oh, National Park Foundation. Oh, this is a nice one. This is a Winnebago. Oh, man, I'm not cheating on mine. I'm not cheating on Cousin Eddie, but I gotta check this place out. Ooh, the driver's seat is nice. So much, I mean, my window's pretty big, but that thing is massive. Get out of the driver's seat and kaboom. Who could not live in here? Wow. Okay. Put the lights on here. Let's gotta check out the laboratory. Toilet, sink. My shower. Yeah, one day. Time to get out of here. Did not notice this when I was walking into the store, but I am actually looking for something like this to tow behind my car. Just so we can get out and do some like rough camping. go on like little trips that you don't want to waste gas in your big RV for. Look like in here. Ooh, it's a big bed. It's a giant floor space. Another big bed. Yeah. Slap an AC unit in here, which you can because there's an electrical socket. Stay cool. And the trailer is pretty tiny. I mean, it's tiny for what it is because this thing is pretty large. It's incredible that in such a small space you can make something that big. I like it. Now for the test charging. Okay, it's got to get done. Got to get done. Oh. Okay, the first stop today on this charging test is going to be this charge point here at a Hyundai dealer in Leesburg, Florida. It's expensive. It's not a cheap charger. Most of the Hyundais are fairly inexpensive, but not this one. Now I do have 2 new firmware updates. I installed one day, which I have on there now, and then the very next day, Long Good Technologies went ahead and set out another update. They said, when you're done testing the last update, could you start testing this newest update? So at the moment, I did leave my computer at home. I got the first update installed, and I'm just going to run around and test that at a couple chargers today. And then later this week, when the Canadian version comes down here and I go around testing with him, I'm going to have the newest firmware update on that, and I will have my computer with me. So at the moment, I'm just going to see if it will plug and play and work, plug in and play friendly with ChargePoint. Well, let's plug it in. Okay, open you up. And put the adapter in. I'm going to do it different today. I'm putting the adapter in, activating the pump, plugging in, and see what happens. Okay, it failed right off the bat, as I suspected it would. Now it is waiting with the CHAdeMO connected. It did click on the car. Blue light is on, so the CHAdeMO is definitely working. So let's see what we can get for power out of this pump. 27, 30, 39, 46, 51. Come on, I know I can get more than 51. 50, 51. I think this is 125. But it is, for some reason, sometimes I do get over it. Sometimes I'll get in the 60s or 70s. But I guess not today. I do need some charge. That's why I am using the CHAdeMO at the moment, knowing that ChargePoint, for some reason, ChargePoint, Electrify Americas, and EVgo's usually do not work with the Long Good adapter. Actually, no chargers work good with it just as of yet. But I was really hoping with the last firmware update, it would work. There's always that possibility, but it is what it is. Let me get some of this juice in here, and then we're going about 25 miles down the road. There is another charger. These are the only 2 chargers. We got this one, and we got one about 25 miles away that are actually working. Well, that one's supposed to be working. Not sure if it is. You could always count on these. These charge points always work when they have a CHAdeMO adapter, though. Not all of them do anymore. The thing about charging at car dealerships, sometimes they got some great places to relax, including these. Like every seat to relax in, you can charge your phone. And get free drinks. I think another reason I did not bring my computer is I feel weird sometimes at some of the charging stations that are available, like at car dealerships. They're right next to the front door, and they're just like, right there's the door, and they are open today, even though it's a Sunday. I just went in, obviously, and got some hot chocolate. But I don't want to slap a computer on the front of my hood, hook a bunch of wires up with employees, you know, walking back and forth throughout the window periodically. This would definitely be a late night test charging station. 10 kilowatts here real fast. It's pretty much just out in the open, so I don't mind throwing the computer on it, but I just have a feeling it's not going to work neither. And I think that a couple of the other chargers I'm planning on testing in Orlando are probably not going to work. And then I'm just going to give it to like Wednesday or Thursday testing chargers. Then I'm going to put the newest firmware update on the device and see if that does anything. But honestly, after however many months I've had this thing and not have it working at all, I'm starting to lose hope. I do not have hope. Now the Canadian one, they're testing like in South Carolina right now, coming down here to Florida. I get to run them around here. It seems like all the tests have been doing really, really good. It's been working. So that one gives me hope. But at the moment, the Long Good one doesn't. And it's sad. It's sad to say that because they're so expensive. You know, if I could just get it working at 30%, I don't need 60%. I don't need 80%. I mean, it would be great if it worked at, 80% of the chargers. But if I could just get it working at 20% maybe, like 1 out of every 10 tries, at least that's something. But so far it's been one time. It worked one time out of, it's worked one time maybe out of about 40 tests. So it doesn't, at the moment, not a good track record. Okay, out in Umatilla, Florida, we have 2 chargers. A lot of times they're broke, but these are the ones that I don't really mind bringing my computer to. And they are a very popular brand of charger. I don't know if the brand of chargers, but the company EV Connect, they're pretty much taken over the state, and most of the time they don't work at all. But if they do work, it would be nice to be able to use the adapter. Let's give it a shot. I don't know how well the microphone's going to work. I didn't bring my wireless mic, and I'm actually shooting this by my telephone today. But I am going to do it this way, because this is the way it should be done, right? You plug it in, turn the power on, start the charger, and it should just work, rather than having to put it on here, press the button, and then push it in. And these chargers put a hold on your card at $25 every time you charge. So like, if it doesn't work, and I want to pull out the CHAdeMO and give a little bit of juice to it, it's going to be a $50 thing. It's not good. Hold on, let me get unless I put it in my pocket. I did. Okay, so let's fire this up. This is EV Connect. Okay, we're at Umatilla. We're going to be using CCS. Dun dun dun. Charging. Next. Let's see what happens here. There was a problem. Oh. Hold on. Problem with my credit card. I have the wrong payment method. Hold on a second. I think I got it now. Next. Everything's good. I got it. Try this again. Umatilla. Available chargers. CCS. Power on. Begin charging. Here we go. Come on. I'm waiting for it. I don't think it's going to work. Though sometimes it does take a while. The one time this did work, it took a long time at an ABB unit. This one is a BTC charger, which it's never worked at. Never worked at BTCs. But I've had lots of firmware updates since then. Just made a sound. Yeah, we shall see. Doesn't look like it, man. Look at this. Look at this. It is just turning and turning. My vehicle is plugged in. As you can see, is that thing still going? Yeah, the light is still flashing. Yeah, I should have brought my computer with me so I can get some information off this one. But I am going to be doing a firmware update again, probably Wednesday. I'll flash the new firmware onto it. I just want to see after all, yeah, there we go. It's done. Didn't work. And yeah, there goes 25 bucks for that. At least for 5 days. Takes 5 days usually for EV Connect to put the money back into your account. That's, if you're going to run around do a lot of testing with EV Connect, you better have at least 500 bucks in your bank account to be able to, because you know at least that much money is going to be put on hold for a while, and it kind of sucks. But a lot of times these chargers just don't work at all, so maybe it wasn't the adapter. I'm going to go ahead and blow another 25 bucks real fast. Not really blow it, just put it on hold to make sure the CHAdeMO is working, because a lot of times they say they're working and they're actually not. Let's check this out. Start charging, preparing your session. It kicked. It's going, I think. The machine just fired up. Engaged. So the CHAdeMO is actually working here, which is rare. These don't usually work. It still says it's communicating with the vehicle. Now, there it goes. See what speeds we're going to get. 32, 34, 35, 34. Now, I am at 68%, so it's not going to be like 71, 75, which when this charger is working and you do have a low charge, you do get some pretty good speeds out of it. But because I'm at 69% now, well, it's going up pretty fast. Slow, it's slow, but it is working. Good sign. Now, yeah, they do put a hold on because I guess, let me get in the car and talk to you guys. They do put a hold on your card, and there's a reason for that. People have been scamming the system. This is their excuse. A lot of companies, they'll go, okay, you do the prepaid thing, right? Like if you have EV Go or Electrify America or Shell Recharge, you can preload money onto your telephone, and then as it draws down maybe to $5 or something like that, it'll automatically replenish. EV Connect doesn't do that. They want a credit card on file, and what some people were doing is they were going to Walmart, getting those prepaid cards, loading them with like, you know, $5 or $10 and using those. And then, you know, they'd be charging like $10 when they'd only have $5 on their card. And then when EV Connect went to collect their money, they couldn't do it because it was a prepaid Walmart card or something. So now they want to make sure you have at least $25 on your card. So if you do have a low balance or something like that, you're not going to be able to charge you. You need to have a real credit card, and they put a hold on it. It's strange, but that people can try and get workarounds to get free stuff. And these ones aren't expensive. Like the last one I just charged it at Hyundai, I think it was 67 cents a kilowatt hour. And this one here is only 15 cents a kilowatt hour, so it's a little bit better. You know, you're paying 15 cents over 67 cents. So and you're getting the $25 back. So it just takes a couple days to do it. It's just, if you're going to do a lot of testing with EV Connect, you could get a lot. Like right now, I just got $50 worth of holds on just doing one test and seeing it. And well, actually 2 tests. I want to see if the CHAdeMO was working too. So I got a $50 in holds right now. But come Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, the money should be back on. I just, testing gets expensive. It does. Yeah, it's bad around here for chargers. And you would think here in the villages you would have plenty of chargers, but there's none. Zero. Zip. All the golf carts, all the Teslas, and all the other EVs around here. You would think there'd be something, but they have fought really hard to keep the EV chargers out of the villages. There's probably like 500 million people that live here. 500 million! Could be exaggerating. And they don't want it. They don't want it. Which leaves us in a fairly bad predicament. Like I said, the chargers that we do have are major brands like Electrify America, ChargePoint. And so far, I haven't seen even the Canadian version of this adapter actually work on those 2 chargers, and those are the most prevalent anywhere within a 100-mile radius. So hopefully one day they'll work at those chargers, and then life would just be so good. Until then, the testing continues.